I'm blanking out. See, it's
Sources.
scary. Sources, different genres. We're going to be looking at some postmortems. We're going to look at some other genres here, spirit photographs, some postmortems, and a couple of other interesting images. So if you have anything that you'd like to share, do let me know. I'm blanking out. See, it's
Sources.
scary. Sources, different. Right. So please do let me know, and we'll give you the share screen access so you can share the images directly from your computer. All right. Otherwise, if you've already sent me your slides, we're gonna get going. All right. So I would like to turn it over to Mr. Clint Hijorio, our president. Sir.
Thank you, Salio. Thank you very much for organizing this first Halloweeny scary photo session. Good on you, mate. Um, we've got some events coming up. On Sunday coming up, October the 19th, we have our annual fall fair, the big one. We don't call it the big one because it's catchy. We call it the big one because it's the big one. Um, Down at Islington and just south of the Gardiner and the friendly confines at the Trident Hall in the West End of Toronto. Um, Guests start coming through the doors at 12 o'clock. Dealers load in at about 10 o'clock or earlier. We haven't quite sorted out when the tables are going to be set up, but I'm sure we'll find that out at midnight one day soon. Admission $10. Students are a bit less. Tell your friends, come one, come all sorts of fun stuff. Had a lot of fun a week and a half ago in Detroit at their camera show. Always, it's an interesting crowd. It's different stuff, different people. Nice to see some friendly old faces, some, and followed by an auction. And oh boy, some of the prices were really, really good, really amazing. It was a great auction, huh, Cindy? A lot of fun, a lot of fun. So October the 19th, we've got our event. And then on November the 9th at Legion Hall 101, again in the West End of Toronto, at the bottom of 427 Brown's Line, we've got our annual fall auction. There's some amazing stuff in there. We're involved with a group that has cleared out, yes, we can say this officially now, the Sherman Hines Museum in Liverpool, Nova Scotia. Yes, they trucked a ton of stuff back to Ontario because it'll actually sell here. Watch for that. Leica, Hasselblad, Nikon, and that's accompanied by another whack of material from another estate, vintage lumber, so to speak, vintage wooden cameras and some lenses. Merle Park, no longer with us, lo these many years, first female professional photographer in Saskatchewan, turn of the century, 1900, give or take. And then, small world, it's a small world. A former classmate of Sherman Hines from the Brooks Institute in Santa Barbara, California, approached us to help him liquidate his collection. And that's just somewhat more, film cameras, Nikons, Canons, Pentax, you name it. Lot of film stuff. So we'll slowly be putting that online. Where is Bob? That's strange. Our webmaster. Watch for that. We hope by within the next couple of weeks, and certainly by a couple of weeks before the auction, which is getting really close, we'll have everything listed online, photos of everything. So come one, come all. Amazing variety of stuff. It's just mind-boggling, even to my little tiny brain. So there. I'm just going to throw it back to Celio. Like I say, I've got a short list of folks who have let us know that they will be presenting, but let us know if you've joined us just in the last few minutes and if you've got goodies to share with the gang. Celio, back to you, sir.
All right. So I have a slide presentation from the one and only Mots. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, should I share or do you want to?
Either one. What do you prefer?
Okay, let's see if I can. I got to pull it up first.
Okay, I have it ready to go.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I think I got. Okay. Come on, machine. Okay, can you see it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Okay, I gotta give
Why
you
don't you
the
just put it up because it'll be
Okay.
faster.
All right. So let me do that. Right. And then just let me know when you want me to advance to the next
Yeah,
slide.
there. Okay. Let's see. That's not the first one. The first one was just a title slot there.
There you go.
Okay, so then I didn't know what to do because I thought I could be digging through piles of crap, which you could see behind me. So I just looked through my scans and I had those three there. So you can go to the next one. And that's what was on the back. Nettie Garn. Just let you read it. Supposedly her brother was killed in the Civil War.
Hmm.
At least you can read the handwriting. It's not too bad.
Hmm.
So you can go to the next one. And I've just said three, two, three, four, and I'm like, what happened to number one? But I didn't get it.
So the idea is just floating kind of above their head is like a spirit image of the deceased.
Correct. And it's just two negatives.
Yeah, but come on, no, it's the spirit, Cindy.
Yeah, it's the spirit. There
Hmm.
was a lot of those that they did with Mary Lincoln. And then I guess the woman there, I forget the guy's name, Mumler. Yeah, and he took off and then the wife picked it up. So he was a little near to well. So you can go on to the next one.
I like it when they put like cotton around it to make it look floaty.
Oh
You've
yeah.
seen those?
Or like, and they use that for cigarettes on pictures too.
Cindy, were these all done by the same photographer, or was there a little?
I guess because they all have the same handwriting, but there was no photographer stamp on them. So he's got a nice beard. So
Hmm.
For a ghost, he's got a great beard.
yeah, there you go. They look like brother and sister. They were married a long time, right?
Yeah, but look at his eyes. They're really eerie.
Ghostly.
So yeah, you can go to the next one. And I thought Stonehenge is always spooky.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know if you've been there, but these are
Mhm.
big photos. So, and I saw them on eBay, and I just thought I had to have them. I think they rebuilt it at a certain point. And I think this must be after. So the next one,
Mhm.
and the one on the right was the same set, and then the one on the left is a real photo postcard.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
and it's 2000 BC, and it might be even earlier. And apparently there's a lot underground and it spreads out all over. And there's these kind of stone structures all over the area.
Hmm.
So, okay, next one. Oh, okay. Those were like unmounted, and I think those were done about the same time. I love the snow on the left one.
Yeah, there looks like a collodion print, eh?
Yeah, probably. It's pretty early because that's before they started putting it back together.
I see a couple of them are being propped up there.
Oh,
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
scary stuff, eh?
Yeah, you don't want that falling on your head.
No, no. 2,000, 4,000 years of history.
clunk.
Okay, more. Another one. Oh, I picked this up at an auction. It's a French, I forget where I got it, but it's a French postmortem. And I think I paid some money, but I don't remember how much. And then I got three people wanting to buy it. Can
How
I own
large
it?
is it?
It's just like a 6 plate size, kind of.
Okay, okay.
He's holding a crucifix.
That's why I'm getting a headache.
Yeah. Okay, the next one.
Oh,
And this one I've had a long time, and he died of lockjaw. So get your tetanus shot, okay?
Oh, wow.
I think it says 1864. No, it's got to be
64.
before that because that's too late for a daguerreotype.
mhm.
Hmm.
Maybe it was 44, but I don't know if you guys can see that in the pictures. What do
Yeah.
you think?
The mat looks 50s.
Correct.
Yeah, it's early. It's
Yeah.
early.
Yeah, the mat definitely looks
Maybe
50s.
54. Yeah, it's too late. It's too early of a match, so. And I think that's how you spell his name. I should look him up.
No, I think it's Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin.
Oh,
Franklin
that
would
makes
make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
That
Charles
would make
Franklin
sense.
Daniels. Well, hell, you've got 3 names, you know,
Yeah, that'd be easy to find.
right?
I could get the date right that way too.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Very cool.
Okay, next one.
Well,
That's a pretty typical cabinet card. The flowers. A lot of people say the baby's just sleeping, but with the flowers there
yeah, no.
and the fancy clothing and the crochet thing, it's a postmortem.
My goodness.
Yeah. Next one. Oh, I just thought this was great because it's so scary. But that's a modern photo I took at Versailles. So I thought she was creepy enough.
Yeah, he is quite creepy. Look at those eyes, eh?
Yeah, and the expression.
What's in its mouth?
Yeah, I
The
was,
tongue. It's a
I
tongue
think
stick.
they're
Oh.
grapes, aren't they?
That's could be because that's what seems to be in the fingers.
Or like a
Yeah.
little animal? I see 2 eyes looking back at me. Whoa.
I think
Yeah.
they're grapes.
Let's
He
go.
also looks Prussian. That's what I thought you said. Prussian.
I think
That's pretty scary.
Okay, next one.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember what I put up.
Mm,
Oh, this is a little different. It's non-Christian spirit houses up in along Lake Superior on Whitefish Bay.
What are spirit houses?
That's where they buried their dead for
Oh, okay.
non-Christian.
Oh, okay.
Because there's another First Nation cemetery up on the hill, but that's all Christian. This one must be non-Christian.
Okay, so here is for like a First Nations burial ground?
Yeah, right.
Okay, okay.
It's right near the Bay Mills. It's like west of Sault Ste. Marie.
Oh, I've never
So I
seen this
thought that's a
before.
little different.
Yeah.
They put a big fence up so you couldn't really see it, and then there were too many people stopping to look, so they put a big metal fence that you can see through now. So
It looks like some of these are falling apart as well.
that's probably the way they were meant to be. You go back to the earth.
Ah, ha 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 ha. So over time, right, the houses will break down.
Collapse, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
dust to dust.
Mm.
Yep. Okay, the next one.
Okay, what's happening here? There we
Oh yeah, and this is a French ambrotype, and I just thought he looks like he wants to make trouble.
go.
Yeah, I couldn't pass it up. He was just too cool.
He looks like he should have his own show.
Yeah, let's go party and have a glass of wine and eat some cheese and bread and
I think looks a little bit more sinister than that.
yeah. Don't let your daughter know your young child near him.
Right. Or like your golden retriever or
It's
And
Walt
then I'll-
Disney,
I'll
isn't
work-
it?
Pardon?
It's Walt Disney, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it does look like Walt Disney. Ooh, scary. So next year I'll have something different.
excellent.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Cindy.
Yeah, well,
That
good.
was
You're
really
welcome.
cool.
I
All right.
don't get to show people stuff too often. All the relatives go, "Oh, yeah, it's boring."
You should get
Right?
yourself new relatives, you know?
So, okay, guys, show of hands. What was your favorite image out of Cindy's show?
Hmm. Hmm.
I like seeing the spirit houses because I hadn't seen anything like that
Yeah,
before.
that was
Yeah, it's
That
the
interesting.
was
first time for
new to
me.
Yeah. But I like them all. Those were great
Oh, it's a
photos.
fantastic collection.
Isn't that pretty typical though, where if you're not Christian, your burials were way off the beaten track, way out of town? That kind of happens a lot, right?
Mm.
Well, indigenous people have so many different,
Yeah.
each tribe probably had their own patterns.
Tradition, yeah.
Yeah, that's Anishinaabe.
Burn burial. Cool. I like the one, the locket thingy.
Oh, the
Right.
oval.
Yeah, that crucifix.
Cindy, I just found the death of Charles Franklin Daniels. He died in
Oh.
1852 from lockjaw. He was 23 years old in the town of Greenfield.
Wow, cool.
Wow.
Wow, look at this.
January 2nd, 1852.
Wow.
So he's 20.
What would be more impressive is if you didn't say you just looked it up, you just knew that.
The photo just spoke to you.
Good stuff. 1852.
Oh, wow, fantastic.
That number didn't. Well, the 18 was right. I don't know what was following it, right?
Yeah, it looked very loopy. It could have been a 6, could have been a 5.
You know. Well, we're glad we got that sorted. And,
Not to put it in. I even
what?
have it in the drawer here. I won't have to write it down and move it around 6 times. So
That's right. Is that? I assume that's what, Greenfield, Mass.
Wow.
Greenfield, Massachusetts.
It just says the Greenfield Democrat, and I'm looking at a newspaper. So,
Massachusetts. Yeah.
Yes, Massachusetts.
no.
Fantastic.
Hmm.
All right, Patrick.
Yeah,
Now,
what
I'm properly spooked now.
very cool.
All right. Well, I just got a picture popped onto the chat box, and I'd like to pull that up next. Jeff, is that all right with you?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So let me prop that up here. All right. Go for it.
The catch line is I found it on my hard drive. That's because I put it there. It's a fake. Well, obviously a fake, but I guess Cindy's examples inspired me to bring that up. I wasn't thinking about this, but anyway, I did that a few years ago. It's a modern, two modern pictures. The gal in the dress is from the Edmonton Park. They have a recreation of Edmonton in the 1800s, and the house and fence were here in Nova Scotia. I just put them together, and the particular software I had gave me that sort of quasi cabinet card look to it. So I thought it was kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, the tone looks very authentic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's interesting that you brought together. Now, did you take the photos around the same time?
Not specifically, but no, it was probably about 15 years ago.
It's very cool that you brought in like pictures taken in different times and in different places together into one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it looks like it really belongs there, eh? That lady looks like she really, like you've scaled it.
Yeah, it seemed to work pretty well. Yeah. Anyway, so thought I'd share that.
Is this the only one that you've done?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Jeff, this is great. Don't stop.
This is pretty cool.
Really amusing.
Cool. Yeah.
Hopefully, it won't be 15 years until we see the next one.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. maybe there's a new career here.
12 months.
Oh, very cool. And I love the edge. I love the right?
Yeah.
The rough
It's
edge
just
around the
it's just
picture.
free
It's really
software called Photoscape is what I was using.
cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, but everything looks interesting, right? The cracks and the lacunas there, the abrasions, everything looks really, really, really natural.
Yeah. I posted to Facebook a year or two ago and says, "Is that real, Jeff?" In a response of a cousin of mine. So I said, "Okay, that was successful."
Good.
Anyway,
Very good. Yeah,
it.
fantastic job. Thank you very
Great.
much for
Thanks.
sharing with us.
well, thank you.
All right, so who would like to go next? Who's
I
got
did
stuff?
a body painting of the Joker in a black light.
Okay. All right. So, would you like to share the image?
Sure, I can share it.
Okay. So you got sharing privileges, so you should be able to
I sh
set it up on your end.
So does that
Oh,
show?
wow, look at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is creepy.
Yeah.
I painted her everywhere, so I don't have that photo up. I don't know if it'd be appropriate here. I mean, I can slide through a couple if you're interested, but it did take me 8.5 hours to paint her, and it took
Wow.
me 45 minutes to make each color because blacklight body paint doesn't exist for airbrush. I kind of have a no-touch
Oh.
policy when I work with models.
Right, right, right. Okay, so so the paint is all applied using an airbrush.
It is. I
Okay.
did cut and color the wig myself,
Okay.
and
Wow.
see
That's
if
fantastic.
well, I've got to have a hobby. Huh? I mean, I'm a photographer. I also used to work as an engineer and scientist, so I'm well aware of the black light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the different properties, right, of the so
Yeah.
to achieve the colors on the
Yes.
lips, for example,
Yes.
and on the shirt, what process or steps did you take to
I
bring
just
those
set the
really up?
white balance at 5,500K and shot away.
Okay.
So part of it's in the formulation of the paint. The other
Hmm.
thing is my lights are over $100 a tube. I have 4 tubes because they
Okay.
are special that they emit just 365 nanometer of black light.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the
Okay.
lights you get today are around 405,
Right,
and
right,
there's a
right,
lot of visible light. But
right.
this was actually done in her apartment, and believe me, there's lots of ultraviolet light, but if you're not painted or it doesn't have a UV exciter in it, you don't see it.
Wow. So was this a longer exposure than, say, taking a
Oh,
picture with a
maybe
flash?
30th of a second.
Okay. All right.
Like I said, I had a lot of black light available to me, and I'm shooting probably around ISO 200 or
Wow.
400.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
So I did one of Ronald McDonald and a whole bunch of others, cheetahs and that. But since this is Halloween, this is the most spectacular, I guess.
It
Now,
is.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, did you want me to back out?
No, 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 no,
No,
no.
no, no.
I thought
Oh.
somebody was going to ask a question. Because if not, then I'll. How is this a series that you're working on that you're building
Well, I'm
up or?
picking a number of characters. I wouldn't mind doing Spider-Man, Iron Man, because they're contemporary, but also I would do a Dracula. It's a matter of finding a model that wants this, and I do whole body, so that's not what everyone wants.
Mhm.
Um,
Now, if one was a model, how long would it take to wash off the paint?
Oh, that's the other thing about my paints is they are based on theatrical makeup. So under the shower, it's gone in a minute with just water.
Oh, wow.
In fact, it flakes off during the photo shoot. I do put some things in there. I add some lanolin, but all my stuff, the base material is made as a proper theatrical makeup. No one has any problems with the skin. I mean, I tested on my arm and my bare arm as I make it, and I put some things like lanolin and dish soap in. Um, my first trial at doing black light was not what I would call a success. So, and then having to paint because the paint is so luminous, if you don't have it even, you get large differences in the brightness.
Hmm.
So this is why it takes a lot of care and control with the airbrush to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So yeah,
fantastic.
this one was about 8.5 hours.
Wow.
Wow.
But
Patience.
I did a quick show at the Phoenix nightclub a few years ago, and I just did, like a quick paint job on 4 models in 2 hours. but it was a quickie. It's just gobbing the paint on.
Right, right.
Everything set at full speed and not being too artistic. They're having a black light night event for Halloween.
Mhm.
So I was up on the stage painting 4 models in 2 hours.
Wow. And were you using the and you were using the airbrush?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Wow.
tried to
That's
practice airbrush because if you're using a regular brush, you'll get streaks, you'll get unevenness in it. And,
right.
I know what the camera does. So when I have the airbrush in front of me, in my hands, well, I know, okay, well, you've got to make that first and foremost. And believe it or not, this stuff is so thin that if I turned on regular lights, you'd see that she's naked.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
I don't, do
Oh,
anyone want to
wow.
see a full body shot?
I'm okay with it.
We're all adults.
Okay, let me hit stop share and go to another picture. Okay, we'll try that.
Okay.
I do crazy stuff. I painted the shoes too.
Right. Have you shared the image?
Should be coming
Oh,
up
there it is.
now.
Yeah, it's coming up now.
So these are actually unedited. There was things that I would do.
Okay.
And it looks a little uneven just because of the way the lights are positioned. The light's always the brightest where it's shining directly on the subject.
Right.
Yep.
Hmm.
I wouldn't paint her again. She was over 6 foot tall.
That's quite a bit of paint.
Yeah. It's about $110 a color for me to make.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
So when I do this, I like to have someone that is good. Anyone that can last, 8.5 hours of painting and then 2 hours for a photo shoot and video. Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Now,
So,
when you're applying the paint,
yes.
right? How do you judge? Are you able to see this level of color intensity, etc., with your own eyes under that light?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And sometimes what I do is I set up the camera connected to a monitor in the room that I'm doing the painting to give me that type of feedback. Because humans can easily be deceived.
Right. Well, and what does the model think as they see the layers of paint applied to them and transforming into the character?
They just think it's amazing. And then I turn on the light in the main room and they say, I'm naked. But this is the whole idea is to pick a recognizable character, and I do this sometimes for their portfolios and even for mine.
Very cool. Very cool.
Don, do you come to our shows?
Yep.
Do you know Pentax Michael Fast? 3 rows of Pentax stuff.
No,
Now, I'll introduce you next time you come. Are you coming on Sunday?
I'm planning to.
Okay, so
And I do shoot Pentax.
Michael,
6.7 and Spotmatics.
Michael has an interesting sort of. Okay, so you plug these 4 tubes in, right, to the wall. He has created a portable pack, 2 batteries on his back. It's about 365 if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And it's good for and the light source is about this big, huge reflector with a whole bunch of little light generators. And he and I, we go for a walk on the beach in like Port Credit.
Yeah.
We look for, Cindy will appreciate this, Uper lights. Ugly little stones that under black light glow and fluoresce and all sorts of interesting stuff. If you ever want to talk to a guy who's figured out a portable system to generate about, I forget if it's 360, 365 or
365 is the number.
Yeah. It's not 3 now. And he talks all about this contamination of natural light, blah, blah, blah. And the 2 battery packs will last us about 45 minutes. And
you can actually use a flashlight for detecting coolant leaks on cars.
That's right. That's what they sell them for. But we go out with a number of flashlights. So his source throws, we can see for about 6 or 7 or 8 feet.
Oh wow.
We get a little bit. Oh, it's intense. That's hence the goggles. and
Well,
then flashlights to look closer.
yeah, when we had the flood in Toronto in 2013, I was
Yeah.
doing body painting that day, and it kind of wrecked it because my airbrush wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So I went down to my van that was in the garage, and I had power supplies in there, and I plugged in my fluorescent lights there. I had inverters in my van. My van's well equipped, so
Yeah.
I just continued on from my van.
Reminds us of an auction that we did in
Oh, wow.
Port Colborne where the lights went out. We plugged it into a Honda. Remember that, Mark?
Yeah.
That was, oh,
Go
yeah.
fill it up with gas. We need a generator. Never say fail. Anyway.
Yeah, I
neat
got
stuff,
one of
neat
those
stuff.
too.
I'll introduce you so you blacklight guys can yak.
Sure.
You'll be blown away. You're an engineer. You will. I can sort of keep up if he speaks really slowly, but
Yeah.
what he has developed and what he's working on in his display cabinet to illuminate his uranium glass and his magnesium glass.
Oh, I keep looking for that. Yes, the
Yeah,
uranium
maybe I
glass.
shouldn't introduce you to each other. Sorry.
Yeah.
never mind. Okay, carry on. Forget it. Good on
All
you.
right.
Yeah.
Donald, thank you very much.
I don't know
for-
why my picture's not working, but I'm nothing special to look at anyways.
Scary.
But you got to use the black light.
Maybe that's it.
All right. Well, I have another image that I received through the chat box from Ron Young. Ron, would you like to go next?
Say yes, Ron.
His microphone's muted.
He's muted.
Oh, okay. Well, then,
Ron.
can I share it? Can I share the image here?
I'll rephrase that. If it's
Oh,
okay,
okay.
say. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Okay, awesome. All right, so the title that you gave us is Halloween 1952. Look at that.
That's
How
creepy.
cool is that? Right? Look at those masks. What would those masks have been made of back then? Would they have been latex or plastic or
Paper mache.
paper mache?
Or
Uh-huh.
even like a rubber.
Looks like
Look.
rubber.
Yeah, plastic or rubber.
Not actual pigskin? Oh man.
That's you and your brother? Holy smokes.
Oh really? Oh wow, how cool. You got a gingerbread man in that basket?
Yeah, I love the cookie.
Rubber. Okay.
Oh, rubber. Okay, very cool. Yeah, and those apple baskets. Oh, very cool.
Are they big enough? Are
Looks
they
a little
big enough?
looks a little like Diane Arbus was at work there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it does.
Anyway,
It does. It does have that Arbusy sort of feel to it.
Yeah.
Oh, very. Who took the photograph?
Dad? Yeah, good. Yeah, agreed.
That's fabulous.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, Young's photo supply. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, say no more.
Fantastic. Oh, so cool. 1952. Huh. That is
Who's the
very cool.
handsome
Thank
one?
you. That is very cool. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Right.
All right. Have we got more pictures to see?
Well, there's Lauren, there's Peter. Yeah.
All right.
I
So
can do a
who would
screen
like to go
share, too.
next? Screen share. Okay. So you should have sharing privileges.
I do?
Yeah, you should try it.
Okay.
And if
but
not,
bef-
then I can have a look.
But before I do the screen share, I'll just give you the background.
Okay.
At the end of the month, I'm doing a presentation on the history of body snatching in Ontario. And so I've gathered various archival images because it's got to be illustrated. All of them are creepy.
Oh, wow.
So for you tonight, I have tried to pick the one that I find the most creepy. So I've got it up in the background here. So, okay, can you see that?
Coming up.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So this photograph was is in the collections of Queen's University Archives in Kingston. The photo number is up in the top left corner, if you can see that, so it is being credited here. So this picture was taken by a Queen's University student about 1905, I'm guessing. It's creepy because it was taken outside of the Kingston Penitentiary, the wall here. Creepier too, because the students have obviously just dug up an inmate in order to boil him up and make a skeleton. They're each holding a different body part. And then they've made this little ornamental skull and crossbones by the cauldron in which they're going to boil him up. There's wood under it. And he's still got a face. That's why I find this creepy. And you can see this guy, he's got a big Q for Queens on his sweater. So, and I find it also creepy that they didn't just dig him up and take him back to the lab to do this. No, they're just doing it on site, right? Like,
wow.
yeah, so this, I mean, there's lots of photographs that I've gathered of medical students playing with bodies and sometimes just posed with bodies in various states of decay, which is all very creepy. But of course, with body snatching, it was, for the most part, medical students, professors, doctors, all to further science and medical understanding. So they needed bodies, and this is one of the ways they got them. But in this case, they'd be making, by boiling him up, it would be to make a skeleton.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Creepy, huh?
And no
Yeah.
jail time, just a degree at the end of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what do they do with the stuff that they boil off? Where does that go?
That I'm not sure.
Like, do they feed it to animals? Do they
I'm not sure.
have
I
a
would
stew?
I guess it would be
In the war in
considered
1812,
waste.
they made soap out of it, out of human.
I'm sure you could, like tallow,
Yeah.
tallow, right?
Right.
I'm not sure if anybody would want to use the soap made from deceased convicts, but yeah, I
Be some
don't
pretty
know, 'cause
bad
it's
soap.
it's the skeletons we still see because they would have been put together with wire and that sort of thing, right?
Mhm.
It would have been a steal.
But yeah, so the fact that in any of the photographs of medical students, they're all very casual. This is something they deal with day in, day out. It's whatever sense of revulsion they may have had at the beginning has long gone.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
this is just what they're doing.
Wow. It
It's-
speaks
Yeah.
to a lot of those traditions and rites of passages that you hear, right? That med students have even to this day, like spending the night in the morgue or right, those kinds of things. Wow.
They're wearing their finest body snatching outfits while they're doing it.
Well, they're not unlike sort of traditional body snatching, which would be done under cover of darkness, right? You wouldn't
Mhm.
want people to notice that you were doing this. They're quite out in the open in daylight, right? This is because
Wow.
it's just a prisoner, right? That they're
That's very
digging up.
cool.
Yeah.
Very creepy. Very creepy. Yeah.
Yeah, completely different attitudes, right?
Who may or may not have been
Today.
executed. Right?
Who knows?
Yeah, we don't know. We
Yeah,
don't
we don't
know
know.
who it is. We don't know who it is.
When
The-
they were what is it? What were they doing? Was it Don jail? They were so happy when they found all the bodies of the executed prisoners. Mind you, in some cases they'd find the body and there was a space and then there was the head, because some of the executions didn't go well. I did a job out in Kitchener Waterloo. They had a prison there. It's now where some government offices. It's right by the
Jail.
library.
Yeah, the
Mm.
jail,
The
county jail. Yeah.
And I think the library has expanded it to the what was their courtyard parking lots, and they were really hoping that they'd find, I think, all 6 bodies that they knew were buried just outside the old prison wall. They weren't real thrilled because they only found 4.
Oh wow.
The 2
Yeah,
are
and 2 of them could have been snatched. So medical students, if they were going to school in
Yeah.
Toronto or Western or wherever, some of the snatching would sometimes take place when they were home, right? Go
Correct.
home, visit the family,
Oh, good point.
visit the local graveyard, pack your heavy luggage back on the train and go back to school, right?
Oh gosh.
There's reports of that. Well, when the students were found out, right? Yeah.
I'm wondering, did the university give the cadaver an honorary degree?
Likely not. Likely not. So how do I stop sharing here?
Can I
Well,
add
Here, let me
something?
do that for you.
Okay.
Clint,
Yes, Lauren, go ahead, mate.
in Edinburgh, Scotland, there's somebody might know the name of it. There's a museum going up the main hill up to the castle. And when you walk into that museum, on the left side, lower below you, but still fully open, there's one of those iron caskets with the rivets and the ball and the chain, that the text
Oh gosh.
on that reads to defer body snatching, and that was an actual coffin. It was a little interesting, appropriate, and relative to what we're talking about.
Yeah,
I
there were all
found that
sorts of
fascinating.
means that
Pardon?
people who could afford to did whatever they could
Mm,
to avoid people snatching their bodies or those of their loved ones. So you see graves with like a metal cage over the whole thing,
right.
right? Or huge slabs of stone
Right.
that a person would be able to easily lift. So but that's for people who could afford
For that.
Right.
that. So most bodies that were snatched were the poor, right? Who
Right.
couldn't afford those things. People in dark cemeteries, the marginalized, people of color.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Jeff Ward on the chat has shared this image with us, another setting. This is from 1898, right? The Dalhousie University for Med students,
So very
Right.
similar.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. It made me
And you
think.
can see a number of bodies here, or body parts, or parts of various bodies, I should say, in different stages of use.
Yeah. Yeah,
Of
they obviously bodies were pretty important for medical. Yeah, I see. I always kind of focused on the one on the left because it's pretty well stripped of any flesh, but you can see the guy on the right is you can still recognize the guy.
Mhm.
But yeah, they used to have. I mean, they still use cadavers in universities for medical, for learning about the body. There was a doctor here in Nova Scotia who was a photographer. I think his name was Mackenzie, and that picture is not attributed, but I'm thinking it was probably him. He would have had access to the to that room, which is pretty much off limits, I think, to most people.
Right.
But I didn't realize the theme of the presentation tonight. So next year, guys, if you do it, I've got another one from Dal, which is as gruesome, but more in a humorous way. So I'll try to top that one.
Great. Thank you, Jeff.
Yes.
All right. Next volunteer.
I could do it if you can pick up my screen.
Okay, so you should
Okay,
be
let
able to
me-
share.
Can you get this? Do I have to do anything to share?
Yeah, you have to click on share and select the window with the
Okay,
pictures.
share. There we go.
Okay, something's happening around.
So mine are a little more genteel.
There you go.
I've always avoided any kind of postmortem photography. I should have bought them because they're quite valuable, but I just has always not wanted to do it. So I have but I had these are kind of pre-mortem. So here's a guy aiming at somebody. It's more in the theme of dress up for Halloween, so I guess. But it looks like a fairly serious gun. I don't know anything about guns, but this looks like a fairly serious gun.
Hmm.
Let me.
It's a standard revolver with an accessory shoulder butt to
Called a
Okay.
Like a
bicycle
Mauser.
pistol.
to improve
Clint.
your aim, sir.
Clint, called a bicycle pistol.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your extension is 100% accurate, but that extension made that a bicycle pistol.
Cool.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, well, that's something new.
The
Here are
skylight
two
cover was
ladies,
really.
one of whom has a couple of guns. She's holding a revolver with a rifle on her back. Whether the woman in front is holding a whip, I don't know. But they seem very determined to make somebody into cadavers. So it's again a pre-mortem.
Might be a fishing rod.
Yeah, it could be a fishing rod. Yeah, I prefer to think it's a whip.
Yes.
Okay.
The next one is ladies with weapons. You usually see guys playing these kind of games, but this is quite rare in that it's a lady, a few ladies. Let me see if I can
Mm-hmm.
look at the one in the middle who looks quite terrified by
Aghast.
this whole thing.
Oh my.
So she's obviously a pacifist.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah.
And what's the one on the right holding? Is that a knife?
I think it's a knife. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
This is a rifle on this side, so I think this
Mhm.
must be some kind. It looks like box cutters. So
Yeah.
I guess it's some kind of knife. I guess in reality, it's probably what would we call a theatrical. But I love the expression on her face.
She's thinking another tea party ruined.
Then the equivalent, which is much more common, are men fighting. I think this is a more dynamic one. Usually they're very stylized poses.
Yeah.
But here they look like been, a knockdown fight. So I like this one particularly. Again, they're all staged. I hope they're not really serious about it, but okay, then the last couple are people you would be scared of, especially if you have a mortgage that's due. So if you have a mortgage that's due, these two guys,
Oh yeah.
Oh, jeez.
you don't want to face them. They look like they're serious collectors.
The guy on the right looks like Matt Dillon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, he does.
And the guy on the left looks a bit like Nicolas Cage, actually.
Yeah. You're critical.
So, are you saying that those guys haven't died yet?
Well, this is 1880s, 1870, 1860, so they're probably, although
still
when you're
making
mean
movies.
like that, you might live forever, that kind of meanness.
They're still making movies.
Hey, is that a little bit of a reflector we can see at the bottom right? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
on
take that.
was this the one at the top? No.
No, bottom right.
Yeah, this
Bottom
must be a reflector here.
Yeah.
That's true. And finally, people you really don't want to deal with who are quite scary.
Mothers-in-law?
Hold on just a second. So again, these are probably who would you would not like to meet these people on a dark night. But and this is not dress up, I don't think. These are them. So it's a little more scary than Halloween because you might actually bump into these guys, especially the guy with the cigarette.
Mm-hmm. What a thug.
They almost look like brothers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They could be.
I wouldn't tell that to a banker, but
No.
they're kind of stereotypical bankers, yeah, in the Old West.
They'll
I
have
don't know,
the
he's
same
holding some
nose.
kind of paper in his hand. So this is the
Aline,
deed
it's
he's just
Aline.
taken from the poor widow woman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
he's the alpha male.
Okay, that's it.
All right, fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you
You're
very much.
Thank
welcome.
you. And well, Jeff has posted another picture here on the chat.
Can't
Right.
stop.
Very cool.
So this is, okay, it's just another picture of women with a gun. A few years ago, I did an article in the Photographic Canadiana about a little Victorian album I found, and it had people doing little vignettes or sort of, and that was one of them. It's pretty scary looking.
The size of that
Jeez.
thing.
Isn't that something?
Isn't that like an elephant gun or something? My goodness.
So-
What I find interesting is the frame on the wall with
Yeah.
some tipped-in photographs, it seems.
It almost looks like
Top right?
Almost looks like a sorority.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I'm not sure what issue it was, but it's worth looking up. There's several of them there. There's one picture that
Patrick?
shows a date and about 1904.
I was going to
But
guess
it's sort of male
1905.
and female.
Mm.
This happens to be females here, but it
Mhm.
looks like a little tableau vivant that they were doing.
Mhm.
But that was quite violent looking. Most of them are.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Ugh.
Anyway.
Very
It's
scary.
quite common to have males in this kind of a situation, but it's very rare to find females engaged in this kind of violent action.
Yeah.
I mean, that one I showed you, the tintype, is about the only one I've seen.
Mhm.
I mean, clearly it's a theatrical of some kind, but it's pretty
Yeah.
rare to have women facing each other with knives.
Really. Yeah, really. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Who's our next volunteer?
I can show you something if you want. I found something Halloweeny. It's Peter speaking.
Oh, Peter. Okay. So would you like to share? You should have
Absolutely.
privileges.
Thank you. I'll try to share the screen. And I think it'll appear here. This is from Mad Magazine cover
Oh God, help us.
that I made,
That's
that I made into
important literature.
AI. Does everybody see that?
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, I'm on the wrong screen or something, I guess. Share. Okay, I don't know how it gets it.
You can start.
We can see the window with your files.
We can see the window with your files, yeah.
But you can't see, it's on media player. I don't know if that shows up here.
No, it'll only show that window unless you share again and you go on and share the media file window that popped up.
Yeah. Stop share, open it up, and then share again. I think.
Stop share.
Like you're real close.
How the heck do I stop share? That whole menu has disappeared off my screen.
All right, I'll do it for you.
Thank you.
Okay, you should try again.
Oh, there we are. Okay, share screen again.
Yep.
Ah, I see at least on there.
Yeah, it's
There we go. Oh, wow, look at that.
So this is from September 1964 picture
Look.
magazine cover.
It's animated.
Yes, I made it animate with AI.
Oh, wow, how cool.
Okay, that is creepy.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy, and he's doing something awful to Alfred E. Newman. And I've also made a 3D version of this as well, but I'm showing you the flat version.
Oh, very cool.
Anyway, there it is.
He has the arm as well.
Like
He's
a little
disarming
kid
him.
with his tongue out.
And when I wrote the prompt, I didn't say stick the tongue out, but I kind of like that on the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the creepiest part, that he's licking him.
Yeah, he likes his work.
Yeah, the lead paint. He's licking up the lead paint.
It's like mad scientists are always happy. I don't know what it is as they pull. They're always laughing. Anyway,
Talking to
that's all I
himself.
have to show, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you. That was
That's great,
fantastic.
Peter. Well done.
Thank you.
All right. Well, who would like to step up next?
Oh my God, who hasn't done any?
Laura? Oh, Lauren.
Lauren.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So simplistically, I have two other proper images, funerary, one with a high wheel bike and the guy's being buried with his photograph in the picture, and another one with a lady and a regular bike.
Wow.
But I wasn't able to find them on short notice. So I've got some images that I just pulled out this evening. And I'll share them with you. I hope they entertain you. They're, I would say, just simply limited. I'm gonna do this. Can you guys see what I've got here?
Yes.
Okay, so this is of limited interest, but I thought I'd show it to you. Here's this gentleman when he was younger on the bike, and when he's older, and he's long gone. But he was thinking of family memories, so just not a common image.
No.
Okay. So this is the same person on both
Yes.
insets? Okay.
With
A younger version and an older version of the
Yes.
person.
Yeah, with hearty wishes for happy days. With love and season's greeting from Horatio and Polly when he was in 1878 and in 1938 when he was born October in 78, and this was in 1923, this image.
Oh, wow. Oh, cool.
There was an article recently about people and the way they used to age compared to the way they age now. Like that man, when you do the math, that's like what, 50 years or so?
No, well, can I read something to everyone?
Sure. Yep.
So there's that newspaper.
83. Okay.
But it says Goodwin on December 9th, 1938. So this is his no doubt his passing at his home, number 165, Withington Road, Manchester 16, Horatio Robert, the much-loved husband of Mary Goodwin and member of the Society of Friends, service at the Manchester Crematorium tomorrow, Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. No flowers or mourning by request. Friends, please accept this, the only intimate
Intimate.
Not intimidating,
Intimate, probably intimate.
Intimation, probably. Well, I don't know if I pronounced it, but I'll show it one more time. You can look at it.
Yeah.
So it is funerary or
funerary. Yeah.
So the next one was the one I wanted to find, and it would be fabulous if I could scan it and work it, but I didn't have the time. So can you see skeletons
on the ground?
Yeah, I'll put my finger under some of them. Maybe
see three. We can see three shapes.
They're all skeletons.
Okay. No, we can't pick up the detail.
Maybe we can work out something, Celio or Clint. The scan will help and people might enjoy it. It's in front of a church I'll put my,
And the idea is that what, these skeletons are coming back to life in the church yard?
no, they're, one of them's the one with this finger. He's riding a bicycle.
Sure, yes.
This one is just there. So I'm not going to apologize. I didn't have the time to do it, but
Cool.
Very cool.
can you see two skeletons beside?
Yeah.
It's coming into focus a bit.
Yeah. Cool.
And the last one, I'll read it. Views taken at Alvin, Texas by Bronner is the name of the photographer. Bronner. And I'll put my finger to where the bike is, over the bicycle. There's a bike there.
All right.
And Bronner must have been a funeral parlor and showing you all the trinkets you can get for your passing. And I'd like to give a short story on something that's photographic related. I discussed it with Clint. He gave me King's permission to do this. I've collected this cycling stuff for a number of years and never even knew about this, but never had any link with bicycles, nor did I understand the size of what I'm going to show you. So this is 2¼ by 2 7/8 by 4 inch. And it's the Kodak camera. And this is the first pocket Kodak. This one's 1895. And it was the only year done with a red cover. And
very rare.
It's got the aluminum. The first time Kodak used aluminum. That's for the roll film there. And information of the 1888 patent. So that was the 1895.
Very cool.
And I've got this partially apart. I'm not going to take it fully apart. There's no point. But I'm doing that so I can keep it and open it again. And this is the 1896 model. And after I bought them, about 2 hours later, I went by the vendor's booth, and he said to me, "Oh, you might want this." And inside is about, I would say, 50 pages on the patents, on the catalogs that it's covered in, and everything else. You got an idea. So that was my find this past weekend, and why I bought it in the first place, not because of the size, was because this was a bicycle shop. He sold cameras, camera supplies, and bicycles. But the best part about it was on this pocket Kodaks for $5, and he covers. I keep all kinds of camera supplies and do developing and printing. I will sell you any camera made, free use of the darkroom to customers. A pocket Kodak, $5, a good bicycle camera. So that was the link I needed to put it in my collection. So I'm gonna end it at that. But thank you for sharing.
Lauren, before you head out, could we please impose upon you I don't know if I'm letting a cat out of the bag, but you showed me a particularly interesting recently acquired bicycle photo. Do you still have it on your desk, or would you mind awfully showing it?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of creepiness to this photo, I thought.
Oh, come on, Clint. This is love.
Go ahead.
So I aside from being a member of the PHSC, I belong to something called the Wheelman, and it's an international organization based in the United States. It's the prestigious organization for historic cycliana collecting and collectibles, generally pre 1920, going down to about 1816. And my best collection within my collections is my cycling photographica collection. And I've been writing for a magazine.
Mm-hmm.
And I did 2 articles, of which one is one is at the printer now, being the winter issue. But here's and this my subtitle for all of these is Cycling Images of Times Gone By. And I pick a theme. I'm not
buying
gonna
that
show you
tank.
others. Pardon?
Don't worry about it.
Water tank.
No, that was a barrel, a proper wine barrel, big one. Anyways, the next issue is coming out with cycling with children, like carriers. And the bicycle I'm going to show you was invented in 1889. It's called an Eagle. And it's a I think that's dangerous.
That's a reverse.
Oh, wow.
penny
Look at
farthing.
that.
Right? He's using the kid as a front bumper.
I love that. I've got my title,
What's your title?
front bumper.
Oh, God.
That's
A
the
very rare
bicycle that
picture.
gave the term head over heels when you crash.
Oh, well, that's why they had like 15 kids, right? Back then,
There's
right? So you could have like replaceable bumpers.
It was old gentlemen that rode them all around London. Oh, they weren't for the young. You had to be a gentleman.
You had what, to buy the high wheel bike or a bicycle?
Yeah, and because they had riding clubs in London with those things.
This one, I'm going to show it to you again.
Yeah.
This they didn't really have. They had one model called a Jupiter. It was very small distribution. This was an American one. So that's the front wheel. And
Yeah, that's rare having this small wheel in the front because most penny
it's quite
farthings
rare.
had
But
them
there
on
was,
the back.
I'm not going to go into the history of it, but that's a very rare bicycle. I have one in my living room. So anyways, thanks for sharing, everyone.
and that's Barber and Son, correct? Bottom left. Am I remembering?
Barber and Son. Yes.
Thank you.
With no other identification. It's 6 by 8 or something like that. It's bigger than a cabinet car.
Plate, full plate.
Very cool. Thank you, Lauren.
Thanks, Elio.
All right. Do I see any other hands going up?
It might be your. Oh, but Jerry has something, right? I thought Jerry had something.
Okay, well, what I don't have creepy stuff. I have ghost towns, which, are not, well, they're not scary stuff.
Oh, that's good. It's a great theme.
So I don't know. Does anyone want to see ghost towns?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Okay, let's just myself set up here. I'm gonna get this thing minimized so I can.
So you like ghost towns and you like railway stations, right?
I do, yeah, very much.
Just in Ontario or all over the place?
Railway stations I like all over the place. Ghost towns has been primarily just Ontario. I did do some in Manitoba, but I've never done anything with it. Manitoba had much better ghost towns though. They really did. Okay, so just a second. Let me just get myself set up here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now what happened here? I lost my Zoom. Okay, just a moment. I don't know. I lost my Zoom here, folks.
We still have you.
Huh?
We still have you if that helps.
Oh no, I know. I've just lost it from my screen.
Yeah.
You know, you might have me, but I don't. Oh, there we are. So is this coming back now? Okay, let's see. No, I can't see my share or anything like that. I may have to let's just moment. No, I'm not seeing my share at all. I may have to go away and come back again.
Okay. All right.
Because I messed everything up here.
All right. Well, then we'll see you in a couple more minutes. Is there anyone else would like to go next?
Laura Jones. Laura Jones.
Laura, you got stuff.
But audio. Turn on. Unmute yourself. Top.
Yep.
Yeah.
Top. Yeah.
I actually have one that I'll add if there's time.
Yes, there is time.
Go for it.
I don't know how to do it. I just have heard people share the screen, and then I have 2 digital files that are on my screen. So can I drag them into the share?
Yeah. So what you do is you click on the green button at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Right. And then you'll get a bunch of little thumbnails. Pick the ones that you want to show it. Right.
Let's see, on my screen. Oh, this one. I don't see it up there.
Did you click on the share at the bottom?
And then you got to click on the button that says share once you have selected it.
Oh, let's see. I've selected it on my screen.
Okay.
So this is a learning curve.
No worries.
I know it's a little spooky. Keep it.
Yeah, it is spooky. It's spooky trying to learn things. Okay, so I don't see. Well, maybe I can find it again in this, but it's on my screen, and that's what I. Okay, let's see.
What happens when you click on share? At the
bottom?
I
clicked on share.
Yeah, click on, yeah. Oh, there you go.
Happening. Something's happening.
Okay, so now, okay, I wanted your. Okay, so that's got my whole thing.
There you go.
I was trying to drag it in from my.
Oh, something's happening here.
All right, we can see the window with your files.
And 4 or 5 pictures.
Okay, so let's see. Now I don't see it. Oh, down. No. I was clicking on my I just saw it now. Let's see. Well, I'll tell you about it. Maybe I can.
Well, we can see some stuff right now. It says Gunterman photos corrected.
Yes, what I want is I was going to show if I can do it. It's a photograph that's in the British Columbia archives, and Henri Robideau found the glass negatives in a barn, and they were filthy, filthy, filthy. And they have become part of my favorite photographers in Canada. And so I'm hoping to show you a masquerade party in British Columbia, my memory is not that good. I've shown it in, I think that at the Photographic Historical Society talks, but I am not quite sure how to get it into the, it says I'm screen sharing.
What you have to do is
Yeah.
click on it. So on your screen, you see it as big as you want to show it.
Oh,
And then
okay.
unshare, and then go back into share and click on it, and we'll see it big.
Okay, we'll try this one. Oh, I see. I've got too many layers from having tried too many times.
It happens.
All right. I'm closer. Okay, I've got it. Okay, there it is. Okay, so now I go.
Now you go back out and then come back in to share.
Okay.
Okay, and the next step.
Okay, and then I
share. Share.
Share the second. That one didn't. Okay.
You'll be surprised.
Well, I did it the way that I guess I'm not.
Did you click on share at the bottom of your Zoom? Okay, something's happening. Oh. Whoops.
Okay, I think I don't want to waste too much of your time.
It's okay.
It
You're
would
getting
be
there.
good for me to figure this out. Okay, so I will come back over here. I've got the picture. It seems to think I'm sharing because it says your screen.
Yeah, you're sharing.
You are sharing.
You're sharing your desktop, the
Yeah.
whole thing. So if you double click on one of the images you want to show us, you can go ahead and do that now. Just double click on one of the files that you want to show us, and it should blow it up.
Maybe it's because I moved it to my desktop.
Try that.
I'm going to close it and start again. I've opened too many files. Okay, so we'll try this. My computer is very old. Okay, so.
Try it again. I think you clicked open with instead of open.
Open with?
Yeah, not open with. Just go to the top that says open when the menu comes up. I think you right click and go to the very top one, the very top, yeah.
Well, I did that, but it didn't open. I've got a very old computer and it sometimes just isn't
responding.
Yeah, it says I'm screen sharing, so that what should have done, but I could start the stop share and start again. Okay, we'll start again. So okay, so I've learned a lot tonight anyway, but I always like to learn something.
Well, you got to get your feet wet, right? That's the only way to learn stuff.
Yeah, my son tells me, "No, Mom, why do you have to ask again? You wrote it down." But I had never tried this before.
All right. Well,
anyway, I don't feel like I'm successful, so I will.
We'll.
Yeah. So I'm going to admit that I have limited screen ability, but I can do it next year.
Please do. Please do. Please do. All right.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to see my stuff?
Sure. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So I don't have a lot, but I do have a couple of interesting images that I've come across over the years, and I'd like to share those with you. Ba-ba-bum. And a few years back, Clint put me in touch with a couple of interesting old Japanese, what are these things called on glass? Not tin types,
Ambrotypes.
ambrotypes. Right.
Ambrotypes.
You know what's really scary and spooky is that I forget everything, forgetting how to speak. All right. These amber types, and I thought this was particularly creepy. Of course, this image here is treated, right? It's a layered image, but let me show you two of these images side by side here,
Wow.
and notice how they've been scratched out, right? So the image on the left, the central figure, to me, based on what that figure seems to be wearing, I would venture to guess that that was a man standing between the two boys,
Right.
and it's been completely erased from the picture, right? The package was disassembled. Somebody went to the back of the glass and scratched out the emulsion, and I mean, you really gotta, be angry at somebody to do that, right?
Apparently that wasn't uncommon, that sort of treatment like that.
Hmm.
I mean, I've heard of it before.
Right. And to me, I like to think that, at the time when these images were made, I mean, number types were not, as cheap as a Polaroid, but they represented some form of investment, not as expensive as a daguerreotype, for instance, 50 years earlier. These are from about the late 1890s, both of these images. And just they've done such a thorough job of erasing who? Daddy, grandpa, older brother?
Yeah, you got to wonder why, eh?
Yeah.
Well,
There's a theory about that if somebody died, they would erase them too. But I don't know if that's true in Japan, but
Well, that's, there was a fear when photography first started in Japan that many people had the superstition that because the materials were poisonous, right? When photography first got there were a lot of practitioners who would get sick and die, and so this association between death and photography was stigmatized photographic practitioners early on. And so there's always been that association that photography somehow diminishes the length of your life, right? In some way or another, whether it's stealing your soul or actually it's making you sick and stuff. So that's interesting. This other image here, right? They have gone very carefully to scratch out just the eyes. Just the eyes. What?
Which is creepy. It's really weird.
Right? I mean, it's really well done. I mean, the photograph is small. It's only a couple of inches tall, right? They're this. Both of them are the same size, right? Both of them are from about the same time period. But it looks like they were doing some practice on the left there, right? Just getting their scratch technique down.
It may have been something political to suggest that women couldn't have eyes on the world.
I mean, it's really, these images were usually taken at as a part of a rite of passage, right? When you reached a certain age, the Japanese have very, very specific times. They celebrate when you turn 3 years old, 5 years old, 7 years old. There's a specific time when a boy becomes a man or a young man, and a woman becomes a young woman. And so these sort of pictures would be taken, and they're taken very seriously. The boxes actually are inscribed with the event, the date, the name of the person pictured. and like it just makes me really think about the life of the photograph. I mean, who would have done this? Would have been somebody, would have been one of the people in the photograph, would have been somebody who came across it later on. There's this image is about 120 years old, right? The object itself.
I heard that it was once a person has died, that somehow it was not good to have their photograph, that you
Mm-hmm.
basically erase them from the photograph. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
that's true again, but I heard that as well, that
Yeah.
dead people were removed from the photograph because maybe it was seen as being unlucky. Uh, exactly the opposite in the West, where, of course, there was that thing about to save the, what is it? The save the shade, all of the substance is gone. The thing,
Mm-hmm.
so you actually called in the photographer to record the person who's just passed on. So it could be just a cultural superstition that you
Mm-hmm.
don't have dead people in photographs.
Well, it's really interesting, right? It's really interesting because I have some other pictures from around that time in a different medium and from a different event. And these are some bodies here from the battlefield during the Russo-Japanese War. All right, so we have a number of bodies there on the bottom left corner. I'm not certain whether they are Russian or Japanese, but here's a little close-up.
Probably the Sino-Japanese War, perhaps.
Yeah, it is. It
Oh,
is.
definitely.
Oh,
So
it is.
this would have been at some point in 1904 or 1905.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it says here exactly what what date that is. Um, I'm positive.
Can you read that?
Yeah. So before World War II, Japanese was used differently. So you read it from right to left, and there's a bunch of characters that they don't use anymore. So I'll do my best. No, I'll be honest with you. I can't really make it out.
Submit it to
Sanfosura
ChatGPT.
Hikari. Yeah, ChatGPT will pick it up to some degree, but well, when you look at the uniforms, these are Japanese troops who are, looking at them. Over here is a Japanese body in a Japanese uniform matching the same colors.
Right.
Oh, what happened here? Did my sharing stop?
Yes, suddenly.
Did I lose my images? Okay, sorry. My computer's. Oh, just one moment. My thing crashed. Let's try again.
Bingo.
All right, can you see the image again?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right, fantastic. Right, so you can see the dark uniform. Now, Japanese troops at this time, they had two uniforms. They had a summer uniform and a winter uniform. You're seeing the winter uniform. The summer uniform would have been khaki. The Russian troops, they were wearing white, and I'm not sure if they had another uniform color as well. So they might be Japanese with the khaki uniform in the foreground. Though that's just pure speculation on my end. I really cannot tell you if that is indeed the case. But you can see that this guy here is missing. The guy at the very front, the bottom of his boot is missing.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe the entire boot has been taken away, and those are just the bindings or the wrappings that go on the outside of a boot.
Yeah. Above the boots.
Right. So I have this one takes a few years later. The troops come back about 15 years later, 10, 15 years later, to look for the bones of Japanese soldiers who were left behind, whose bodies could not be retrieved. Right? The uniforms have not changed very much. You can see a soldier here on the right of the cart, right, wearing the khaki uniform, and you can see the lower leg bindings over the boots, right? And then on the cart itself, on the top, there are a couple of skulls there,
Ooh,
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
right? And I would imagine the box, whatever, has some other remains. And here's another set of skulls. So there's two skulls up on the cart here, and there's two skulls on this white box at the bottom of the image in front of the cart. So I thought that was really, really interesting that you see some of those bodies, 1905, and here you are, 1915 or thereabouts,
Are
right?
those postcards, Celio?
Yes, they are. Yes, they
Okay.
are. And so these postcards were published by the Japanese government for domestic use. So they would have only been sold and used in Japan,
Right.
which is interesting as well because there's such an aversion to death in the culture,
Wow.
right? And the cremation is the way in which people are buried. Nobody has their bodies buried anymore. Um, So I thought that was interesting. And then,
Did,
try to read the expressions on the people's faces there. And this last one is from another postcard that I found online. This is closer to home. This is from my grandparents' home country, Nicaragua. And there was a civil war there in 1912. And this is the aftermath of one of the battles. And again, we're seeing, right, all of these bodies here littering the ground, both male and female, right, from what I can make out. And you can see some of the faces and
Wasn't
this.
some of this from the revolt of the banana farmers?
No, this was okay. Here we go. It's a war between liberals and conservatives. Um, that was very brutal, very short, but very brutal. Um, and this is outside the largest, the second largest city in Nicaragua back in 1912. Um, and it's a little known war nowadays. Nobody remembers it. And that's why I secured this image. Because my great grand uncle fought in this war. And I think that's it for me. Yep.
Thank you.
Wow.
well done.
Celia, your idea of pictures of scratching faces, it made me think oddly of the hidden mother photographs that were fairly common back in the 19th century.
Mhm.
I looked at a couple and I found that I have one where in fact the mother is scratched out. It's in the chat there. I don't know if you
Oh,
can
okay. Let
bring
me
that
let
up.
me pull it up. I had to close
Okay.
it for a second.
Yeah.
All
so,
right, I see that. Yeah.
I don't know if people are familiar with the hidden mother genre, but it's weird. I mean, the baby was more important than the mother, so the mother was just there to hold the baby, and they often put
Right.
a rug or a blanket or a tablecloth.
Oh
So here's
no, what a mess.
isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Weird.
Wow.
So they've not only, well, she's dressed in black, but they've scratched her out as well.
Hmm. Now this also looks like a wet collodion process.
It
Is this an
probably,
amber
yeah,
type or
it's a tin
tin
type,
type?
but it looks it's kind of weird. Yeah, it's been clipped, but you can see there's sort of a black. It might have been a copy of an earlier tin type.
Mm-hmm. No, but
Because
you
it-
can see the intent in scratching out the face of the adult there, of the mother,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
It's just because the child's the important part of the picture. So,
Huh.
you know, really weird stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
My
usually
goodness.
the hidden mothers are covered over. It's probably some functionary in the studio.
Yeah.
And the hidden mother is usually not related
Oh, perhaps so.
to
Yeah.
the baby, so they don't
Okay.
need her in the picture. So it could be,
Yeah.
or maybe the mother was divorced and now they don't want her in the picture. So
Hmm.
scratching out is a little more violent.
Yeah.
Usually just
Yeah.
covering people over with a blanket means that it's not the real mother, it's just somebody holding the baby.
Okay.
So it's hard to guess what the motivations are when it's scratched out.
Right.
I mean, sometimes you can actually feel the anger
Yeah.
when an image is scratched out, when
Yeah.
one person is scratched out of a group photograph, you know,
Yeah.
there's obviously some real hard feelings at work, yeah.
Hmm.
Nasty.
But I had another kind of indirect thing that I've been fascinated with. I have a picture, tintype of two women. There's a dog lying at their feet. And scratched into the thing is the name of the dog, Dog Chip. And it strikes you as ironic that, of course, we don't know the name of these two women, but now we know the name of the dog all these years later. So the whole business of names in photograph is very fascinating because my own theory is that almost never will people self-identify in a photograph. They may say, "This is my father, this is my mother,"
Hmm.
but they almost never say, "This is me," except when they're signing it to a friend, you know, best wishes, Joe.
Yeah.
And I've always wondered why that is, why so few photographs are self-identified. And I think it's because people don't want to really admit that there will be a time when nobody knows their name, that the photograph will exist and nobody knows who they are. And so it's a way of kind of deflecting that I never put the figure, I'll never put my name because I'm going to live forever.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, you need a flock of psychologists to confirm that. It seems it might be a master's thesis about names on early photographs, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
Probably is one somewhere.
Yeah.
By
Or
the way,
maybe there is one, yeah.
I think Lorne is having a post-somnum
Yes,
after
indeed.
sleep.
No, no, he's with us. He's
He
with us.
heard us.
He's with us.
Lawrence had a long day, I think. Good.
Very cool. All right. Have we got any more pictures to look at?
Okay, well, I think I can go now.
All right.
All right. Okay, so let's see. Just a second. Now my mouse goes to sleep. Okay.
No.
Oh, that's this wretched thing. Anyway. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to share this. Here we are. Presentation. Now, I'll go right. Start. Okay. So I spent many years, looking at basically searching for ghost towns and finding them, and kind of fun. Oftentimes there's not a lot left there, but okay, they are what they are. So these are just a few of them. And what I've done is I've put some of my own photos there, along with like postcard views of a similar, in some cases it's the same locale, or the closest locale I could find to it, so that you can see, well, you can just see what the changes are, if any. All right, so our first one here, this is Beardmore. And these are postcards on the right here. So that's the Beardmore snowman. And if you ever want to make total enemies from somebody that comes from Northern Ontario, talk to them about the Beardmore snowman. because they really, they start frothing at the mouth when you mention the Beardmore Snowman. The Beardmore Snowman is the biggest, it's the biggest snowman in the world, biggest artificial snowman in the world. The one on the right, that's the first snowman. And I don't know, I tried to find out what happened to him, and apparently he caught on fire. I don't know how. So they replaced him with the guy on the left. And the guy on the left, as you can see, they change them seasonally. So the guy on the left, this is a summer picture. So he's got his sunglasses and he's got his fishing pole there, and he's ready to go. Now, Beardmore was a former mining community. It's in northern Ontario. It's about maybe 200 kilometers northeast of Thunder Bay. And so the on the left here is the Texaco station, and that's what became of it, as you can see. This is a view of the former, the Roxy Theater, which is on the left. The Roxy Theater was still standing when I was there, so you can see that on the right. And so what happened to Beardmore? Beardmore still sort of exists. It was merged with a bunch of small communities in 2016, and it's now known as Greenstone. So, okay. This is Bedford Mills. Bedford Mills is a cute little place. It's near Kingston. So Bedford Mills, it was a milling community, obviously. That is not a mill on the left. That was the powerhouse. So the upper right, that's a postcard. It's from the 1930s. Below that, well, the powerhouse went through a few different iterations. So it was a snack bar in the 1950s. It was Ruby's store, and it's now a private home. So that's kind of what it looks like now. And there's still a little handful of people, few people still here, not very many. Maybe about 15. So, but it's a cute little place. It's near Kingston. This one here, this is Chesterfield. Chesterfield is near London, and it was a small farming community. It had a store, it had a school, it had a church, it had a large number of tradespeople. It even had a life insurance agent, and his last name was Risk. Okay. His name was George Risk. There's very little left of this community now, but the church is still standing, as you can see on the left. It was a Presbyterian church. It's now a United Church. And beside that church is a large cemetery, which actually has a lot of military people in there. And so there's a big cenotaph in there, and apparently they have Remembrance Day services there every year, so they'll have one coming up soon. And that's really all that's left of Chesterfield is the church, which is too bad. But at least the church is still functioning. Next, we have Cordova Mines, and that's in Peterborough County. And it was a former gold mining community. So that is the store on the left. So that's the same building. I'm pretty convinced of that. I've had a good look at the roof lines and everything. They've changed a lot of the windows on the top, but that does appear to be the same building. The gold mining went through several different changes of ownerships, and it was not successful until about 1938. The community itself was first opened in the 1880s. 1938 to 1940, it was successful. And then that was kind of the end of the gold mining. One of the interesting things about these mining communities is they were pretty much dry, like they didn't want anybody drinking on site. And so this place was, it was kind of right at the border of Peterborough and Hastings County. So what they had was a little portable bar there. And then they had a bunch of lookouts that were posted around the bar. And so they would wheel it over to Peterborough, and they'd go there and they'd get their alcohol. And if it looked like the authorities were watching them, the police, they would just wheel the bar over to Hastings. and nobody could touch it over in Hastings County. So yeah, so they had a little bit of fun that way. Next we have, this is Creighton Mine. And Creighton Mine is up near Sudbury. It was a company town. It was started by Inco in 1902. And at its height, it boasted about 2,300 people. So it was a full service community. It had 3 churches, it had a school, it had numerous stores and entertainment venues, it had a pool hall, it had a theater, it had a movie house. And the population remained pretty much stable until the 1970s when it began to decline. So these are 3 early photos. None of them were mailed or anything like that. I know by the stamp boxes that they all date from 1904 to 1918. The one in the bottom right was entitled A Finnish Family. So I guess they came from Finland. They look like they're all dressed up in their Sunday best, maybe on the way to church or something like that. And you can see a little bit of the town site over here, and you can see the different buildings, mining buildings, whatnot. Now, what happened was in the 1980s, and at this time it was under the jurisdiction of the city of Sudbury. The city of Sudbury said to them, hey, you've got to replace sewers and you've got to replace all your water facilities. We're talking $10 million, and this place is like 70 years old, 80 years old. And Inco said, no, we're not going to do that. So they gave people 2 years notice. I think they were allowed to purchase the houses if they wanted and have them relocated. They moved most of the residents over to a place called Lively, which does not, the name bears no relation to to Lively. It was not a lively place. It's a suburb of Sudbury now. It was named after a fellow whose name was Lively. But anyway, most of them were moved there, and then they came in and they bulldozed the entire community. So there we are. So that, when I was there, that was what is left of Creighton Mine. So it's just, you know, cellar holes, and the sidewalks are there, and the streets are there, and stairs going to nowhere. But that's actually very typical of what you find in these ghost towns when you go there. Okay, next one is Depot Harbor. And Depot Harbor was a really interesting one. That was also a company town. It was built by a man named J.R. Booth, who in his day had the largest lumbering empire in North America. He owned timber limits all the way from Ottawa to Parry Sound, which is, you know, quite a distance. And he owned a railway, and, you know, he was a very interesting fellow, actually. Anyway, he decided what he wanted was to have the shortest route from Ottawa, which is where his timber limits and his mills were, to the Atlantic, which was basically meant going to the Great Lakes and over to the Georgian Bay, which is what he did. And he built these huge grain elevators there, and he built a town, which at its height had 1,800 people living there. And yeah, so the elevators, these were a really, really big thing. And at its height, I mean, there were trains coming in and out of the place like every 20 minutes. Like, boom, another train came, another train left. So anyway, these are the elevators, and they kind of figure rather prominently in Depot Harbor's story. So so what happened was Mr. Booth sold his railway to the Grand Trunk Railway, and that happened in 1905, which is why you're seeing Grand Trunk elevators over here now, whereas before that it had been the Canada Atlantic. Grand Trunk, of course, became part of CN. And then what happened was in the 1930s, the line was broken. There was a bridge gave way in Algonquin Park. CN didn't want to repair the bridge. They didn't have the money for it at the time. It was the middle of the Depression. So they rerouted the railway. So that kind of started putting an end to Depot Harbor. So, so what happened next was they were trying to do something with these elevators. Nearby is the community of Nobel. So they were storing cordite in the elevators. And for anyone who doesn't know what cordite is, it's explosive. It's extremely explosive. This is real kaboom type stuff. So now at the same time, CN was trying to figure out, CN basically wanted to unload this place because they weren't using it anymore. So they were looking around for a buyer. And they got to the point where they actually put out tenders to find out what it would cost to demolish these elevators, and it would have cost a fortune. And they couldn't find anybody to pay for it. So what happened then? Next was on August the 14th, 1945, and this was shortly around midnight. Something happened to these elevators. They don't know what. A person was seen running from the elevators. So maybe something happened there. There was reportedly a fireworks display going on. So maybe something happened there. They don't really know. Let's just say arson was suspected. These things blew sky high. They could see them burning as far away as Parry Sound, which is 10 kilometers away from there. Reportedly, they were able to read newspapers. It was so bright. And that was kind of the end of Depot Harbor. So this is what's left around the elevators. There's no buildings left in Depot Harbor at all. Those were moved out in the 1950s. There's a lot of cellar holes, things like that. So, but this is basically what's left around the harbor. So not everything blew up, as we can see. We've got these nut things that they used to secure the ships when they came in. A little bit of the harbor left in the bottom right over here. Anyway, this property, it should be noted, is also on First Nations land. So they've basically taken over ownership of the whole thing. It's like, okay, folks, this is ours. You can go there, you can visit. It's a nice place, actually. It's very pretty there. I know people that rent cottages there because they have land leases. The First Nations folks have put up land leases on some of the islands. It's a beautiful island. It's really lovely. Anyway, that's what happened to Depot Harbor. This is Heron Bay South. Heron Bay South it's near Marathon, which is up in Northwest Ontario. Heron Bay South was a pulp and paper community. It was built by an American company that called itself the Ontario Paper Company Limited. It was built for the sole purpose of harvesting the trees, of making newsprint. That was the sole purpose of this thing, to harvest the trees so they could make newsprint. So the two photos on the right are from the 1940s. That's when it was actually a functioning community. Picture on the left is, I don't know what's left of it now, which isn't too much. There's actually nothing left of it. There's no buildings, nothing is left of it. Some fantastic roads, though. The roads are terrific. The roads are like brand new. They were built in the 1940s. They're like brand new, amazing. This is Jackfish. And Jackfish is up that same way. Jackfish is near Terrace Bay. I think it's like 20 kilometers from Terrace Bay. And it's right on the shores of Lake Superior. And so to get there is a little bit awkward. You have to walk through a rock cut where the railway goes through, the CPR goes through the rock cut. You kind of have to race through there. But it is accessible. So Jackfish started out as a fishing village. And then the CPR discovered Jackfish. And this was around the 1880s. It had a really deep natural harbor that was ideal for bringing in these coal ships that were coming in from the US with all the coal that they needed for their trains. So, so that's what it was really. It was a coaling center. And supposedly it had one of the deepest harbors anywhere in Canada. It's a natural harbor. It had a small population. There was a school, there was a church, there was a store there. Again, they were right on the railway line. So if they needed to do some more extensive shopping or whatever, just get on a train, they could go up to Schreiber, they could go as far as Thunder Bay if they wanted, come back the same day. It was great. They loved it. All right, so on the left, that's a post. These are all postcards, the ones that I have here. So that's a postcard view from 1905, showing the coaling facility. The right is kind of what it looks like today. Which, coaling facilities are gone. They were all closed up in 1963. And so on the right top, we have again, these are they're just photos of the community itself, of Jackfish, the railway line. CPR officially closed the coaling facility in 1963. The community was completely abandoned after that. That was the end. Nothing left. The photo on the left, that was supposedly the rooming house. And that's the remains of a truck. Oh. Okay, next we have CFS Lowther, Canadian Forces Station Lowther. On the left, again, that's a photo. This was a radar station. Again, it was also in Northern Ontario. It was about halfway between Kapuskasing and Hearst. This facility was actually built by the Americans. It was built in 1957. It was turned over to Canada in 1963. It's a radar base operated by NORAD. They began to computerize things in the 1960s. So its functions changed over the years, remained in use until 1988. And then they decided they were going to close it, and they bulldozed it. And what you see on the right is pretty much what's left of it. It's just, there's nothing left of it. Which is, it's too bad. It is what it is. The last one, this is Wanstead. Wanstead is in Southwest Ontario. It's in Lambton County. It's near Sarnia. It's not far from Sarnia. It started out as a farming community. And on the left, you have, it's a postcard view of the general store. You can see the church was there. I'm not sure what those other buildings are. Likely one of them was a school. The upper photo in the right is pretty much all that's left of early Wanstead, which is the general store. The church is gone. The other buildings are gone as well. I included the photo on the right because that was to do with a train crash that happened right on those tracks in 1902. It was a really horrible crash. It killed 31 people, injured another 35. It happened on December 26, 1902. So these were probably a lot of people returning home from Christmas celebrations. And a number of factors were said to be responsible. There was a frozen switch. There was one of the passenger train was running late and he was speeding. There was heavy snow, the dispatcher miscommunications. I mean, like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. When I was there, this was, I don't know, when I was last there, maybe around 2015, 2016, something like that. I was very disappointed to see there was no plaque or anything like that that was commemorating all the victims of that crash. But since that time, like actually in 2020, the Historical Society, the Plimpton, Wyoming Historical Society actually did put together a plaque, which they put, I'm not sure exactly where it is. I saw a photo of it. Listing the names of all the victims. And so there is something finally commemorating all these people. And as of Wanstead, there isn't much left. It's home to a farming cooperative, and that's really about it. So that's it. And I will stop sharing as soon as, there we go, stop sharing. Okay. So thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, lots of miles on your car.
Oh, yeah,
I looked
lots
them
of
all up at
cars
the
too.
maps. Went, holy cow.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, any other volunteers? Are we all creeped out for the night?
Well, I brought, I showed this camera. Sorry,
A follow-up from last show and tell.
it's from the last show and tell,
This is kind of
and it's called a Tynar. And then today I was looking around, and I found this camera,
Huh.
Wow.
which looks very similar. And it's interesting. The f-stops are the exact same, and they both use 16 mil film, and they think that the Tynar camera was a ripoff of this one, which is a universal camera. But they lost a lot of money in developing it, and it cost I think they developed it for $2 million, and that bankrupted the company.
fine.
Yeah. But it was kind of doppelgangers of some cameras.
Actually, I have one that I can hold up to be my camera if anybody wants to see it.
Let's see it.
It's not a ghost town.
It's a camera.
No.
Oh.
It's this guy here, the peanut vendor.
Huh.
That's really cool.
What's he wearing?
Peanuts.
Okay, can you just leave it up there? I'm going to pin you so we can see a bigger. Oh, wow. Look at that.
What would happen if this guy met up with Madonna in her meat dress?
Their baby would be called Lady Gaga.
Or
The
Lady
photo reportedly dates from 1890. And it just says peanut vendor. It's a reproduction. But it was such a weird picture.
Cute.
Yeah.
Funny. Weird.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you very much for coming out tonight. I hope none of you have nightmares tonight. But if you do, you can always thank the PHSC for, taking you on to the next level.
What? Our video. Oh, okay.
All right. Yes.
So
Thanks, Matt. Great fun.
He'll officially end the meeting, but we can
Yes.
continue.
So you can continue. So I will.
Laura,
Yeah. So at this point, I will stop the live feed.